What's going on, everybody? My name is Hydros and welcome back to some more My Hero Academia Ultra Impact, and today we got a hefty data download after maintenance finally concluding, and we have some things to go over here today, such as Ultra Arena, some brand new characters coming to the game, as well as some memories and other things as well. But before we go ahead and get started, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button, turn on notifications by clicking that bell, make sure to drop a like down below on today's video, and also comment hashtag the big three in the comments down below. It does help me out quite a bit in the algorithm. Thank you guys for that. But yes, if you guys read the title and everything, the big three are coming to the game, and we'll talk about those here in a moment because I want to talk about Ultra Arena. Now, if we go to the events tab, the middle button here on the game, we got a little bit of a UI shift, a little UI change. As you can see here, we got the Ultra Arena button next to the VE tower, and also they kind of shifted USJ and the character events and the training stuff up into the other row, and then obviously story quests at this one right here. So this new one is the Ultra Arena. Now, Ultra Arena has not started yet. It does start on the 26th of August at 1700. So that will be later on today at the time I'm recording this video. So it's not active currently. These are in Japan times, by the way. So just take note of that. So it's going to be 1700 JST on the 26th when it does go active, and it does end on the 27th at 1500 JST. So, you know, I mean, it doesn't only last a day, but they did say this was a trial run. So, you know, I didn't expect it to go too long. I was expecting maybe a couple days, but, you know, one day, I mean, that's fine. You know, nothing to it. Just to kind of test out the mode. Hopefully they'll do some feedback and stuff like that for the new mode as well. Maybe a Twitter forum or something like that for us to fill out. Who knows? But hopefully the trial does go well. I'm excited to play that, and I will be doing a video on it when this does go live. That way we can, you know, play that and see how it goes, because this is kind of like the quote-unquote PvP for the game. The way I expect Ultra Arena to play out is, if you've ever played a game like Epic 7, they have a arena mode in the game, but it's not really PvP. It's more like a leaderboard system, kind of like Dokkan Battle, where you have the leaderboard system for the World Tournament. But the way I expect this to go, it's kind of the same way Epic 7 does. You have your team versus an enemy team, your enemy team being other players' teams, but it's controlled by an AI and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I'm expecting Arena to go. So you're not really facing other players, you're just facing other player teams. And then you probably have like 5 tries a day or 5 like stamina things a day and stuff like that, and you can just, you know, kind of auto through, like, you know, these fights and stuff like that. You know, the higher up you go, the harder apparently these teams are probably going to get. So, you know, who knows? We're looking forward to playing that. I'm excited to play the arena mode and stuff, and something new to the game, so I'm excited. To me, just to note this really quickly, this game is not built to be like an actual player versus player experience. It's not something like Grand Cross or Legends or anything like that. Because it's not like whale heavy, right? It's not super whale heavy, especially like Legends and Grand Cross are. It's something like PvP. Hopefully that doesn't change, but this game, the way it is currently, in my opinion, is not a heavy PvP based game. It's more of the PvP, you know, AI, World Tournament, Arena, stuff like that. That's the PvP, and obviously they're adding that now, obviously, but that's the PvP that I always kind of imagine them adding, and looks like that is the way they're gonna go, thankfully. So again, we'll know as more goes on in the future and stuff like that as well. But here today, let's talk about the new big three. So here we have the brand new Mirio art here. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of hide my game here, that we can have the background be black here, so we can kind of see the arts a little bit better. So with that, we have the Mirio Unawakened, and this is the Mirio Awakened art here. So this is going to be Mirio. Most likely Mirio is going to be a UR. You know, I have no doubts that Mirio is going to be UR, because, you know, it is Mirio Lemillion, you know. What would he do, though? I feel like he's going to be a very damage heavy type of user. Maybe have an ability to where attacks miss him, or he probably gets evasion of some sort, you know, because of his permeation ability. So maybe some sort of evasion, some sort of dodging capability and stuff like that, to where enemies aren't going to be able to hit him maybe for X amount of turns. And then he's just going to be able to, you know, power straight through all the enemies and stuff like that. So that's going to be really interesting to see what Mirio can do. What do you guys think Mirio is going to do? Personally, I think he's going to be like that power, you know, heavy like not heavy damage, but damage dealing type of evasion character, sort of speaking like that. I don't think he's going to be supporting any at all. Lemillion's not a supporting character. He's the main character you want to do damage with, most likely. So that's my thoughts on where Mirio is going to go. So let's take a look at the next one. Now, this is the new Sun Eater art here. This is his unawakened, and here is his awakened art. So let's kind of take a look at those here today. Now, the awakened art, I like the one with the clam. I mean, obviously, these are from the fights during the Overhaul arc when they did go invade the base and stuff like that. So this is basically from that. The Lemillion one also from that, and I do believe the next one is going to be from that as well. But this obviously is going to be from that arc, and then obviously based on the awakened art and the tentacles. I mean, I love the arts, just look so sick in general. Like, I love these, man. Like, I love how the hood is up in one, but then he takes it off. I mean, it's just so good looking. The arts in this game are just so beautiful, man. I love them so much. But yeah, this guy, I don't know what he would be. I feel like he could be more supporting, maybe due to the tentacle thing. Maybe he's constriction, or maybe he's like got a taunt or something like that. Maybe he can absorb enemy buffs, because whatever he eats, he kind of manifests on himself. Like, whatever he eats food wise, he can manifest him on his like body. So maybe if he attacks like an enemy, maybe if the enemy has a certain buff, or maybe have any buffs at all, maybe he copies the buffs. That would be a really interesting ability for this guy. Kind of give him that support while also removing buffs from enemies, or just at least putting himself on the same playing field as enemies. I don't know where he would be though. I feel like he's kind of in the middle of the barrel there, to where it's like he's not like a full-on attacker, but he's not a full-on support either. I feel like he's going to be just right in the middle, in between. He's going to have that supporting type of abilities, but as well as getting those attacks off. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for this guy here. I'm not really too sure where to put him. I'm literally, when I think of these new characters and when they do come out, before we know their kits and details, I literally just think about like their quirks and how they use them and stuff like that in the show or the manga or whatever. And that's kind of how I judge based off like what we could expect to see from them in the game. But then the game could completely just change it and be like, hey, we're gonna do this instead. So you never know, right? So let me know your thoughts and opinions on Sun Eater and what he is going to do. Now, the final one, also Sun Eater, just really quickly, I believe that Sun Eater is I think he's an SR. I want to say SR, but I would not be surprised if he's a UR, but I do think he's an SR, judging by the assences and stuff like that too. Again, shouts to Air Dokon and Joseph as well. Again, links to them be down in the description down below. Shouts to them. And the MHA Ultra Impact Discord, link to that be down in the description as well. But yeah, Sun Eater, I definitely think is an SR, Mirio being a UR, and our final SR is going to be Nejire, man. I do think Nejire is going to be an SR. I do not think that she obviously is not an R. R's do not have character art awakening, so I do believe Nejire is obviously an SR. Her art isn't as I don't know. There's a certain shading or a certain style that the URs kind of do. A lot of the arts are very similar, but the URs just have that little extraness to them, right? I don't know really what to call it, but that little extra to the UR arts that make them just kind of pop out and stand out as URs, right? Not only the animation specifically, obviously, because they are animated for URs, but just the arts by themselves. Either way. Nejire, I do believe Nejire is going to be a full-on supporting type of character. Judging again based off of what she's done in the anime and stuff like that, she is a very supporting type of character, it seems. So I do believe that she could do something like maybe paralysis on the enemy. I mean, she does have like this electric ability, so paralysis on an enemy would be really cool. Maybe evasion, not really sure what else she could do, but I think like paralysis might be her main go-to because of the electricity and stuff like that. So maybe she could paralyze enemies and support your team. Maybe she'll be like one of the like a class 1A, but not a class 1A, but a UA student buffer, and then you can run her with Sun Eater and Mirio. So that'd be really cool. It'd be really interesting to see her as a big 3 buffer specifically, but I do believe that she's going to be a full-on supporting type of character, in my opinion. So I don't think she's going to be a heavy damage type of character to use. I think that she is going to be supporting things like Sun Eater, like the Mirio, or just your UA student type of team in general. As for typings, I don't know what to really think of typing specifically. I don't know if I think we can check sort of, but I do believe that, there are a couple of typings that are up on the board for these big 3 members here. And lastly, there is something specifically, because like I mentioned, there is 4 arts in the game, right? There were not 4 arts, but there were 4 characters specified in the collection book. There were 4 new characters that were added into the collection book, and I couldn't find new arts like that or anything like that pertaining to a brand new villain or a brand new other hero unit. So my thought is, because this is Lemillion, because this is Sun Eater, because this is Nejire, because these big three members came in during the Overhaul arc, I feel like that this Overhaul art has been in the game that you see on screen. This art has been in the game, I think, since release, because this is a villain art for the story. But this villain art is animated. This is a UR character art. As you can tell, it's animated on the screen right now. But this Overhaul art, I do believe that this Overhaul is going to be the fourth villain, either UR, SR, whatever. Well, obviously UR. It's going to be a UR. His art's animated. I'm silly. Ignore that. Ignore that part. But I do believe that this Overhaul is going to be the fourth and other UR for this banner. Or if it's a free character, who knows? We don't know yet. But in my opinion, there are 4 new ones in that collection book. I do believe Overhaul is going to be the fourth one that is added, because again, I cannot find new UR or SR character arts for anyone else. It only makes sense that the other one in the game is most likely a villain, because the collection book, if you filter, one of the ones is a villain character. So I do think that Overhaul makes the most sense to be the one that is going to be along with the other 3. So that is my opinion specifically on who we're gonna see with the big 3 is Overhaul. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on who you think we could see as well, because it was Overhaul. There's an unused Shigaraki art. There's also, I do believe there's who else is there? There's some Shigetsu High art characters, but I don't think Shigetsu High makes sense particularly. But either way, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the memories as well really quickly. So this is one of the memories as well, is this Sun Eater one, which is really cool, by the way. I love this one. This is him. This is the Overhaul arc fight when he's fighting those 3 villains there. And that fight was just cool. So I do imagine that this is probably going to be something like a 1A student typing type of thing that's probably going to pertain to like Mirio or something, I feel like, right? So there's that memory there. I'm unsure if it's a UR, but my gut, I think that this one specifically is a UR. And then we have this one here, this other memory, which is an Overhaul and Airy art, which is also really cool. I do like that one. If we put it back on screen, there we go. So this Overhaul and Airy art looking really cool. It's kind of that Overhaul overshadowing Airy, you know, giving her, like, taking away her hope and her happiness and stuff like that. Kind of like the Hero 2 song, pretty much, where he was finally let go, right? But if you haven't seen that episode, you should watch it, by the way. It's actually pretty awesome. But again, this Overhaul artwork is pretty good with Area. You know, I like this and what it depicts from the show and everything like that. So that's a really cool memory, specifically for the art. So I do believe that this one might be an SR. There are in the collection book for memories, there were 3 new ones added. And I think that this one is obviously going to be one of them, along with the Sun Eater memory. So this one's going to be one. I think this one is an SR. And then the next and final one that I do believe that is new, that is going to be an SR related one as well, is this one, this Mirio and Sun Eater in like grade school type of art. And this is really cool, just depicting Mirio and Sun Eater, man. This is so cool. You see them a few times as kids during like the show and stuff like that, but this memory, man, it's so wholesome to see with Sun Eater and Mirio and stuff. You know, it's so good. But I do believe that this also, I think maybe one of these is going to be free, because we're supposed to get another event, right? So I do believe that this one's free. Oh, right. So, oh no, that makes more sense. I do believe we're going to get another lottery event, because we went from lottery with the movie banner, then the Mina event was a standard metal event. So we should be getting a lottery event, which not only will have one of these SR memories, I do believe, I want to say this memory here, this Mirio and Sun Eater one, I think this will be the free SR memory for the event that we get to play. And then also I think Nejire is going to be the free unit as well that you get from that. I do believe that's what it's going to be. I feel like that's going to be, I really hope Nejire is free, man. Please give us Nejire for free. Please, please, please. But the next up on the cycle of the events should be a lottery event. So it's either Nejire or Sun Eater that's going to be the free SR for the event. Again, I think it's going to be Nejire that's going to be the free one. And then this memory here, this this Mirio and Sun Eater one is going to be the free memory from the lottery event. So that's what to look forward to as well, because that's the next kind of thing in the cycle, right? Because we went from lottery to medal, and then the next one that should be next is a lottery, because they kind of flip-flop back and forth between those two specific events. So looking forward to it. That's pretty much all I have here. Again, we have the Ultra Arena and stuff like that coming as well. So we're going to play that once it does come out. I'm looking forward to being able to play that. Again, it doesn't come out for a little bit, so I'll look forward to playing that and showing it to you guys once it does go live. Look out for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.